Hi, my name is Eric Duarte, Associate Director of Recruitment and Admissions for the full-time MBA program at the Paul Mirage School of Business. I'm joined here by three of our second-year students, and I'll allow you guys to introduce yourselves.
Thank you so much. My name is Summer. I am a full-time MBA student currently in my second year. So I come from a mix of background where I was born in China, and then I went to my undergrad in U of Rochester in upstate New York. After that, I stayed in New York City for 4 years for a job in commercial banking. I worked with their operation and real estate team for project management and research. So I really like that experience, but coming to Mirage, I think I learned much more. And after that, I'm going into commercial real estate in finance, acquisition, or asset management. I'll hand over to Abe.
Thanks, Summer. My name is Abe Mather. I was actually born and raised right here in Orange County. I did my undergrad at UC Berkeley in mechanical engineering, and I worked in the medical device industry here in Orange County as an engineer for the past 4 years. Post-MBA, I really want to leverage my engineering background with my newfound business experience to help small companies flourish in this really thriving environment. I'm going to hand it over to Kat.
Thanks. My name is Kat Hunt. I also went to UC Berkeley. Previously, I was in both consumer products and technology industries, and I hope to go into forensic accounting after I graduate.
Thanks, guys. And our students are joining us here today to provide some insight into their first year experience, as well as any tips they have for our incoming applicants. So the first question I have for you guys is, tell us about your summer internship, your company, and the role. And how did you work with the Career Development Office, and what resources were they available?
Of course. So over the summer, I work at a commercial international real estate company called China Merchants Land Holding in Hong Kong. So I work closely with their M&A team looking at potential deals to acquire and doing some equity research, market research on some of their projects. So I really enjoy it, and I think that gave me a solid foundation and a taste of what I signed myself up for. So that was a really fun part. In terms of the Career Center, they have been helping me all along the way, like before day one. They helped me realize who I am, find my true motivation, realize what my skill set me for. And throughout the year, they help with resume building, networking strategy, and so much more. They are just like my first line of advice when I come into career path. So I really appreciate them.
Great.
What about you, Abe?
I actually worked at Edwards Life Sciences, which is headquartered right here in Irvine.
Mm-hmm.
They're a large multinational medical device company. And I worked in sales operations in their transcatheter heart valve therapies group. The Career Center actually was with me from day one.
Mm-hmm.
I really worked really closely with them to set kind of goals for where I wanted to be in the internship process. And they really helped define kind of concrete steps that I should be taking to get a role like that. And ultimately, I received the internship through a resume referral from the Career Center. So ultimately, they were instrumental in me getting that internship.
Great. It's great to hear.
I worked at PwC this summer in risk assurance. It was a little unique in that I received my internship through actually meeting my employer through the executive mentorship program. So my mentor was a partner at PwC, and he wanted me to work or intern at his office. The Career Center for me has been really helpful because both my internship and then my job offer were offered really early on in both of the years, and so I had to go to them. I went to them this summer, and then last year it was really early in the year, like October, November, that I had to really figure out, is this what I already want to sign on for? Because I really haven't done the traditional recruiting events and process. So for me, they really challenged me on what I really want and how to go about that, and so those discussions were really helpful for me to accept those offers with kind of a clear mind.
Great. And then kind of a follow-up question to that is, what in your first year did you learn, and how did you apply it to your internship to be successful?
Yeah, definitely a lot, but I would say on the quantitative and academic side, there are a lot of well-designed classes that really prepare me well for my financial literacy, how to read into a company's insight from their financial report. And also there are a lot of training opportunity available for you as a student that you just free to learn whenever, wherever. So that's really helped me quantitatively. On the soft skill set, there are so many presentation opportunity available. Like almost every class you have a project and you're working with team extensively to come up with a good product. So that made me feel really comfortable when you actually have to present in front of executive or a public audience that you don't really know. So that helped me the most throughout the first year.
Great.
Yeah, Summer, I definitely agree with you about presentations. I felt like that was definitely one of the most important skills, soft skills that I picked up during my first year. Also, the flexibility that the program allows in terms of taking elective classes that interest you really helps shape kind of where I want to focus my MBA career. And the first year core classes really helped get my feet wet into some of my more interesting classes now.
I agree definitely with everything that you have to say. I'll see if I have some things to add, but Summer mentioned the really well-defined designed classes. That was super helpful for me. A lot of what I was doing was very quantitative. And then additionally, presentation, of course, is always important. For me, especially, was the team atmosphere. I had to work with teams, and I had to kind of figure out how to help lead a team in my internship without actually being designated the leader. And I think you're put in a lot of situations like that in the MBA program where we're friends, but to get something done, you may have to exert yourself as a leader. And how do you do that humbly and with the way that you're still going to be able to be likable and have everyone work together? So I think that was really good practice for me because it was kind of like a muscle that I used a lot in my internship.
Great. Thank you guys. And so the next question I have, and Obey, I'll start with you, are what clubs or co-curricular activities did you participate in, and how did it enhance your first year experience at Mirage?
Great question, Mike. I'm actually the co-president of the Mirage Healthcare Association, and I felt like coming into Mirage my first year, I really wanted to get involved in clubs and was really looking for a club that really spoke to my interests. And the healthcare club just happened to really exemplify everything that I wanted to give back to the student body. And so throughout my first year, I worked in kind of the operational side of the club, helping put on events and planning. And actually my peers then voted me as co-president. And this year I really hope to continue that legacy and spread my knowledge to the incoming first year class and all the programs here at Mirage.
Great.
So I'm president of the Speech and Presentation Club, and I like the way Abe said giving back to the community. It's really, for me, being head of a club or being involved in clubs is really how you can impact and enrich the community here. So with speech and presentation, we really try to make it so that you're practicing speaking in front of people more often and just getting more comfortable and confident with it. And then in addition, I've really enjoyed the C4C volunteering events. It's become a big routine of either my week or my month, which I really hope to hold out after Mirage too, but it's not only fun to give back to the community and participate in these events, it's very rewarding, but being able to do these types of things with your colleagues is really fun and kind of, deepens your relationships too.
Thank you for sharing. I completely agree with you with the volunteer opportunity, because I think just a couple of weeks ago, we had an opportunity to do a Junior Achievement Day, which I teach third grade, and they're really about business and taxation and everything. And they are just so excited. And when I come into the classroom, they're like secretly yelling, "She's here, she's here." It was so cute. Like, it just feed up my energy. I never saw volunteer could bring me things like that and saying it's Mirage put it together, so it was really fun. But besides that, I'm the VP of Marketing in the Mirage Real Estate Association. It started with a lot of responsibility, putting up event or coming up with a calendar of your plan. But then it turned to great opportunity because you're always the first line of contact with industry professional or with other alumni. So you give me amazing opportunity to put myself out there and know the resource I didn't know before, know the people I wouldn't have a chance to meet. So those are really fun experience for me in Mirage so far.
Great. And to circle back a minute to careers, Kat, we'll start with you for this question. In your experience so far in the MBA program, how has the program advanced or reinvent your career path?
I mean, I think it's been really indispensable in the way that I definitely could not be going into the career path I knew I wanted to go into and that now I'm going into without the classes I've taken. I want to get my CPA, so I'll be able to actually take those exams after I graduate. So from that standpoint, it was absolutely necessary. And I think there's a lot of intangible ways. I talked about the teamwork earlier. I think the dynamic between having these personal relationships and then having to take leadership roles at times is a really delicate balance, and I think that's something that kind of challenges who you are as a professional and as a person, as a friend. So for me, I've done a lot more personal growth than I probably expected to, and the fact that this school is so small for me was a huge attractant. That's why I really wanted to be part of a small program, to really get to know everybody, and that's really why I think personally it's been so enriching.
Great. So
Yeah, so for me, I think the MBA is a time for you to take a step back in your career and just look at yourself, redefine your goal or sharpen your goal, and see whether that best fit your personality, your motivation, and would keep you wakes up in the morning and run in the long term. So that's I found MBA really helpful. Give me that opportunity to just reinvest in myself, and on top of that, just all the soft skills that Kat mentioned, like working with team. I never worked with team this much before, and really know there's a tricky balance of how to handle different team dynamic, and it was really helpful carrying on to any job or any environment that I can probably set myself into.
great.
No, that's a great point about taking a step back and really having time to reassess, what you really want to do. For me, I love being an engineer, and I today I still do. But I knew that there was aspects of my education that I really wanted to enhance. Finance and accounting certainly, but I didn't know that I needed to, understand marketing, and I needed to understand sales to be successful in business. And those you don't knows have been some of the most enriching parts of the program for sure.
Great. And for our final question, Summer, I'll start with you. Looking back, what's one piece of advice you would give to an incoming student?
Of course. So I think coming to MBA in general, you're exploring yourself. So you don't have to know exactly what you want to end up, where you want to end up after 2 years, but you want to find out what motivates you, what keep you happy. Because we can all play, I'm a student, I'm here to learn card here. So you have endless opportunity to do that. But what define you as you is something that I find it beneficial to find out early on, and a successful career will come after that naturally.
Yeah, Summer, I totally agree with what you're trying to say here. I really think that the MBA opportunity gives you time to reflect and look back at your career previously and where you want your career to go. Really taking the long view, not the, well, what do I want my next job to be, but where do I want to be for the next 10, 15, 20 years? And it's unlikely you're really going to get that in the classroom. I really think that you need to get out and join clubs, go to events, hold informational interviews, use the opportunity as a student to reflect and learn as much about the career choices available to you as possible.
Yeah, and echoing both of what both Summer and Abe said, I think 2 years obviously goes by pretty quickly, and it's a time for really self-discovery or maybe realigning where you want to go. So with that, it's never too late to dive in and take advantage of something in this program, whether it's getting to know the fellow students more, or being a part of a club, or doing something that you're not going to have the chance to do because every day is so dynamic here, which is what's kind of exciting. And I think a lot of our internships as second years reminded us of what the rest of our life will look like, and how this year isn't going to look like that. So we need to dive in first.
Great. Well, thank you guys for taking the time and sharing your insight. We really appreciate it. It's very valuable information. And most importantly, thank you guys for joining us. We would love to hear from you. You can contact us either through our website. You can set up a personal consultation with either myself or one of our staff, as well as contacting our student ambassadors. We do have student ambassadors that are in the first and second year of the program, and we'd love to connect you with them. So thank you very much and have a great day. Thank you guys.